Hello everybody, Unseen Oni here again with another video, this time bringing you into the world of space engineers. Now I know in my first video I said that space engineers, let me turn that down real quick. I know I said that space engineers was kind of broken, and it turns out that it's only SK Drake's worlds, and that was not intended. I'm just going to give you guys a base tour. Everything here is working just fine for me, but this world's far too advanced for me to really call it a Let's Play. So I'm mostly just going to give you guys a quick tour of the base. Wow, that was... Take that back. Okay, so my base is far from complete, and I've been taking a little bit of a break from the game. Is that a pirate, please? No, it's not. As you can see, I got a couple of big guns here defending my base. They are necessary, and I know this tight grouping's probably not the wisest idea, but it serves its purpose. So down here, for those of you who are familiar with it, this is from the shield mod, the energy shields. I've got 4 of them down there. The nanite mod, of course. I am running 42 mods, and as you can see, game performance isn't affected much by it. Down here is the lower hangar. These are my secondary assemblers. They are working. Vanilla assemblers for me are working. My battery bank, those are the azimuth batteries. And we come up here. This is my projector point for large ships, which eventually will have its own little control room. And then there's the small ship. There's going to be a control room for it right there. So let's see. I got 2 nanite fabric factories. They work quite nicely. Right now in stable, they're not very stable. In dev, they are pretty good. I am using the EZO's upgrade cubes. These can be created in well, I mean you can put them in creative, but these can also be constructed with resources. These are stone crushers, so they are working away here, getting me tons of ore. And if we come down here, this room serves multiple purposes. These are the XL Mods refineries. That was... Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you might be in for a treat. We have a pirate inbound. Before I continue with that, let me deal with that. Over here you can see my... It's my mining ship. It's a little overkill. For those of you who are Battlestar fans, I'm sure you'll recognize this design. This is the Viper Mark II. I got this off the workshop, but it's been modified. As you can see, I've got the 23mm fixed guns here. And do I have any rockets left in it? I got 31. And a rocket launcher added there. And it's got as many shield... It's got the X100 arc reactor. Which, by the way, I have an arc reactor powering the base. Where are they? There are some shield generators on here. So let's go deal with this pirate. Now I'll show you guys a quick tour of my my large ship, and you'll come to understand which sci-fi shows and game series are my favorite after you're done with this. Obviously, Battlestar is one of them. I've tried building Battlestars in this before. Doesn't usually turn out very well. But I am a huge fan. I own all seasons of the new show. I've watched the old show. God, if I could attend some of these, like the cons, you know, where everybody, all the actors and actresses attend, I would, if I could afford to do it. closing in here. 11,000 rounds. As you can see here in the center of my cockpit, I got the shield. I got a monitor for the shield. I could add more monitors around the cockpit if I wanted to, but I don't really see a need. Now this guy is going to start shooting at me here very shortly. Thankfully I got the shields. Probably not going to last very long, admittedly. Oh, I love that. But let's give him something to think about. I'm not really in doing this to capture. I have the pirate invasion mod installed, so theoretically these guys should be calling in. He's down. He's down. Now, normally I would try and haul back one of these carcasses of ships, but the last time I did that, it didn't end so well. Unfortunately, I haven't changed the settings on my station guns yet, so they will just fire with abandon at anything. So now that I've dealt with that, I'm going to head back, and I'll give you guys a quick tour of my large ship. You can see its name, and those of you who are familiar with that name should have already guessed what kind of ship it is. But for the sake of keeping it as much of a secret, I'm going to aim down here. I'm going to dock this sucker in its lower hangar, which I might add was poorly designed with the constraints of the ship in mind. The hangar's too small. The door is, anyways. The hangar itself is plenty big to house this, but the hangar door is not tall enough. You can kind of see a vague outline of the ship hanging over there. Normally I would have a speed mod installed to allow me to go faster, but I'm a patient person. Let's get it out of sight again here. So yeah, the mining ship started out as one drill around a cylindrical body, and eventually just kind of turned into that massive, just ugly beast. But it serves its purpose. Now, if you're wondering how I'm able to slow down, stop, and maneuver so quickly with this, I am using the tiered thruster pack mod. You see, which didn't even hurt the shields. Okay. Get out of there. So before we check out the Firestorm, give you guys a little bit more of a tour here. We'll go underneath shortly. Oi! I could just jetpack up and over, but where's the fun in that? So this is all cargo containers, if you're wondering. These are underneath here is my primary cargo. It's heavily armored for the obvious reasons. If I come under attack, I really don't want to have to restart all my mining. So in here, you've got the XL's factories. These will produce your most common, I'll show you guys. The factory will produce your iron-only components. And fast. So I've got a surplus of steel plates and construction components. These are here when I do eventually get around to setting up my TIMS program, and I intend on having a shield LCD. Obviously it's not pressurized in here right now, and then because, well, obviously there's this. It's not going to pressurize because there's no sealed connection. So you got a couple more guns here. To be fair, I've made a lot of guns and haven't really needed them too much. This is the underside. These suckers tied up the nanite factories for what seemed like 3 or 4 days. Those production control components are expensive. And this is my unfinished, in progress, times 100 arc reactor. When that comes online, we'll be set for power for pretty much good. In the meantime, as you can see, I'm using a mod that adds an attachment base for small ship items, and I've got 2 X100 small ships reactors. These each output 1.48 gigawatts. Let me look here, just to give you guys an idea of how much power. 30 gigawatts. 1.48, 1.5 basically gigawatts. 30 gigawatts. I can't imagine. There's a third nanite factory. I can't imagine anybody needing that much power, but it's better safe than sorry. So, quick tour of this ship. The control room is buried down here behind all the drills. This is Ezo's other mod that got gyroscopes, however you want to say it. I know it's very poorly placed, thruster damage is turned off, and this whole system is just, I mean, this is to get rid of stone as fast as possible. And it does good work, as you can see. These are just azimuth reactors, and I have to work on this. I don't like this at all. They're floating. All of this is floating. Those gyros will be removed in favor of probably another one of those, or a bank of them coming down, because it's all going to be sealed in eventually. The hull is going to encompass the outer edge of these drills all the way down. And I got guns on it, but to be honest, it's got 2, 4, 6, 8 shield generators on it. The last time I rammed an asteroid at 60 meters per second, the asteroid had a crater in it. The ship remained undamaged, and that wasn't from hitting it with the drills. The ship slid into the asteroid on its side. This stuff right here hit the asteroid at 60 ms. No damage. Shields protected everything. So the guns are kind of unnecessary. Where is the firestorm? Ah, it's up there. Okay, so to go check this out, this will be the last thing I show you guys before I call this video quits. I know it's going to be a short one, but it's the last video I'm going to do for the day. So, for those of you who know Warhammer 40k, this is a Imperial Navy and Space Marine Navy Firestorm class escort destroyer, typically armed with a single upper, usually triple or quad barreled macro cannon, a prow mounted lance battery, and several side mounted light macros, as well as some anti-ship point defense guns. Obviously, nobody has done a mod that adds Warhammer weapons. I mean, come on, guys. We've got Star Wars, we've got Star Trek, we've got Halo. Why can't we have Warhammer? Why can't we have Stargate, Battlestar? We've got World War II weapon packs, but no Stargate or Battlestar or Warhammer. So it's kind of depressing that after this long, nobody's done a weapons pack for those. It does run off hydrogen thrusters. I, at some point, will replace those or upgrade them with the tiered thruster pack. I mean, to be honest, for its size and disposition, those are usually more than adequate. And I know that by leaving them running like this, I'm burning ice, but I'll show you my numbers in a minute here to explain why ice isn't a problem. In replacement for what was the standard Gatling guns and rocket turrets, we have the 300mm autocannon, That's the only one it would fit that seemed appropriate without taking up extra space. And then for point defenses, we have 23mm defense guns. Obviously, it's the same gun that's mounted on the Viper and the Miner and the Station. So there's 3 of those on top. On the side is 1 on each side, and then 2 of these 300mm side cannons. I tried to duplicate the side macros. I guess I could make them smaller, but and then on the back obviously is another 23mm. If we go underneath, in previous builds of this, I have removed the connector and replaced it with a rear-mounted bottom gun. I'm still thinking about that. And then down here is 4 more of the 23mm, and then without changing anything, the prow-mounted rocket launcher is still here, which is loaded, but not with many rockets. The ship has some ammo, but not much. I have plenty of magnesium, I just haven't gotten around to really producing much ammo. Not really on my to-do list right now. So, to give you guys a quick idea, yeah, let's go down this one. That, ladies and gentlemen, is 2 million kilograms worth of stone in one drill. You can see I have plenty of uranium. And now, I have not cheated at all on this world. I started from scratch with the basic, Lone Survivor platform. It's depressing that this is not getting taken care of, but whatever. Another 27,000 in the miner's cockpit. 31,000, 1.8 million iron, 59,000 ice, 540,000 gold, another 100,000 ice, 23 million uranium ore. Actually, that's 31 million stone. Another 1.5 million gold. So that brings us up to 2 million gold. Another 9.1 million stone. 27,000 iron there. And it just keeps going. I have ice for days. More. I need more refineries, to be honest. And if that wasn't enough, I am, of course, getting from these guys. The red ones are on board the mining ship. Over here, more gold, iron, stone, gold. This is my primary storage for most things. Another 40. No, these are my ingots. Ridiculous. Not absurd, but just ridiculous. 42,000 uranium from the advanced refinement. That's EZO's upgrade cubes at work. Expensive as they are, once you've got them. Here, I'll give you an idea. I will give you an idea. Let me see if I can find what. Advanced assembler. 10,100% productivity, 500% power efficiency. Look at the required input. Now you understand the arc reactors. Advanced refineries. There's the fuel for the arc reactors. It's actually, if I go in here, see if it pulls everything. I have been having a problem where things are not, they're queuing, but yeah, see, it lost 100. I don't know where it went. It might have gone to one of the co-opt ones. But as you can see, you get a lot of fuel. And I'm far from running out. My reactors are pretty much topped off. I may eventually build a standard, reactor just in case, like a small ship reactor. as emergency backup and fill it to the brim with uranium just for the hell of it. But on the same token, if I do that and then I lose all that uranium because something hit it, you know, it's... So yeah, those are 79,000 uranium. I'll never use all that because none of my ships are using normal reactors. So as you can see, this is just absolutely insane. My guns are all ready for combat. I could produce more ammo if I needed to, but I don't. So anyways, I'm going to return to my cryo chamber and we're going to end it here. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and if you want to see more Space Engineers videos in the future, I may start recording my perspective of things with SK Drake. We usually do a good 4-hour session on Tuesdays between 9 to 10 o'clock onwards in the morning. So I love Space Engineers, and it's one of my favorite games. I had to take a break for a while. They broke the game for a while, and the performance hit was just obnoxious. And I bought all my friends copies of the games, and now none of them play it, which is also very depressing. There's nothing worse than picking up copies of games for your friends and them not playing. Especially, when you've done that for them and you ask them to play and they tell you no, but they want you to play something else. So it's a win-lose, because it means that someday they might turn around and say, yeah, they'll play, but most of the time they're not. So my advice is don't do nice things for people if you don't think they're gonna, well, at least in some way, not reciprocate. It's one thing to do nice stuff for people, but if you're gonna buy something for somebody, like a game, make sure they want to play it first. Don't be like me and just assume that all your friends want to play Minecraft and Space Engineers and 7 Days to Die. Don't waste your money unless you know that they're willing to play the games with you. So, anyways, that's it. Have a good one. And as always, thanks for watching.